So Peggy, Amy, since you have been a part of our organization all of these years,
all 50 years.
All 50 years. How has it changed? How has it changed you?
Oh, you know, Amy, I appreciate you asking me that question because as I drove out here this morning and was sipping on my Starbucks, and I was reflecting on what a blessing it is for me to be here in Las Vegas, to be traveling out to beautiful Red Rock, and to be experiencing all of this interaction with horses, with children, with the wealth of knowledge and wisdom that Big Jim shares with us. It's just a complete blessing after growing up with horses and then being away from that life for so long, living in a city where that was just not a part of my life at all. And then now, being able to be out here, to be able to ride and enjoy this beautiful scenery and enjoy the children connecting with each other, connecting with the horses, benefiting from the wisdom that's been given to them and taking home these life lessons, you know, that they can then apply to every area of their life. It's just been overwhelming sometimes to me to be a part of it, and I thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Well, sure, because it has been kind of a journey, hasn't it?
Absolutely.
So what is the thing that has surprised you the most as our program has developed?
I think a very pleasant surprise was just the way that Big Jim has been able to incorporate the things that we want incorporated into the sessions regarding life lessons. We want the children to learn about horses, and we knew that he would be able to teach that because he has years of experience, but who knew the depth of wisdom and actual application to life situations and relativity to current life situations that he is able to give to the children, and then they turn around and just soak it up and immediately get it, which is fabulous because that's what we were hoping, and then participate back in a way that shows that they are engaged, they are tuned in, and they are just soaking it in. They appreciate it.
What has been your favorite story that you have seen, you know, for yourself?
Okay. My favorite story is Lauren.
Okay.
And so this doesn't relate out here to Cowboy Trail Rides. It relates to our very first group of 3 students at another stable. And this stable was an English stable, working with Morgan horses that are experienced show horses. Okay. So Lauren came to us having overcome a hearing disability, having overcome speech anxiety disorder, bullying, being tall for her age, all these things that tend to, especially when a young lady becomes a teenager, wear you down as a person and eat away at your self-esteem. And so Lauren just immediately took to the training that she was receiving from this trainer, who is a world-renowned trainer, and just excelled. I guess that's the best word for it, in every area that she was being trained in, to the point where 6 months after starting the program, she participated in a horse show. And she rode this experienced show horse, Trusty, who proved to be very trusty, in her borrowed riding attire, and took 3 ribbons. Her very first show, she entered 3 events and took 3 ribbons, the first, second, and third place. And not only that, that evening was a reunion and reconciliation of broken relationship with her grandpa that they were able to mend, and he was able to share her dream coming true that she had shared with him as a little girl of riding horses and participating in the show. So that's one of my favorite stories.
Now, you and I were there whenever she won those ribbons. So when she was winning those ribbons, for me, it was so amazing, that first ribbon. It seemed like she grew like 10 inches when she got that ribbon. And she didn't even know that she was competing against seasoned riders and experienced trainers and all of that stuff until later. So that was, you know, amazing to me. One of my favorite stories, of course, was with Ben, one of our kids, when he came up to me and he said, you know, for a tall person, you're really small. I'm going to be taller than you one day. And I'm like, yep, I think you will be. So sometimes, the kids really fascinate me with the realizations and the life lessons that they give to us.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
The boot story that you shared to me with Big Jim and one of the boys noticing how big his boots are, and it's like, wow, what size boot do you wear? And so Big Jim said, I think I'm 13, I think is what his boot size is. And he said, wow, do you think my feet will ever be that big? And he said, well, if you keep following me around and keep stepping in these little green apples on the ground, he said, you know what they are? And the little boy said, no. And he said, that's fertilizer for your feet. And your feet will grow to be as big as mine if you keep stepping in it. So
right, and then he proceeded to stomp him.
Yes, and so he was finding every horse apple he could find.
Well, and you know what's funny is that TJ was the one that said that. When we went boot shopping for them, he actually discovered his feet were really for his age, and so that was really kind of funny because I reminded him of that.
Right, right.
Well, that was all for Peggy, our lovely Peggy.